Hey, you made it. Come on in and join me. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. I'm super glad you're here. If you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button so you can follow the adventure as it unfolds. And if you love this podcast, share it with your friends. You have the capacity to understand yourself, and that's through connecting with and understanding other people. It's Friday, and it's time for the Frittity, or the Friday Ditty. I'm going to share with you a poem about this week's topic, how to find joy in stressful situations, along with explaining what happened inside of me. I also want to give a shout out to Andy for giving me the topic. Thank you, Andy. So, let's get to it. Listeners, gather round and lend your ears, for I have wisdom to calm your fears. In this episode, we'll explore a theme of finding joy amidst stressful schemes. Our topic this week from Andy it came, how to find joy and keep it aflame. When life gets tough and stress takes its hold, I'll guide you through, so don't be consoled. Meditation, my friends, is a powerful tool to ease your mind and make stress feel cool. By taking a moment to sit and be still, you'll find peace and joy against your will. But let's not forget to embrace our inner play, to be silly and laugh our worries away. For in laughter's embrace, we find relief, and in joyful moments, we find our belief. Recognize, my dear ones, the tunnel vision sway when stress arises and clouds our way. Step back, look around, explore the unknown, and through curiosity, new options are shown. And how could I forget this key part? To remain curious, let curiosity start. With open minds and hearts we'll surely find more joy in the struggles, leaving stress far behind. So my friends, join me in this enlightening chat as we learn ways to find joy, just like that. Listen till the end for nuggets of gold to carry with you and let your joy unfold. Stressful situations are hard. In fact, the week I recorded this topic was extremely hard for me. I was in the middle of an extremely stressful situation, and I was fasting on top of that. So a chosen stress and then an unchosen stress. I had feelings of frustration, disappointment, and anger, and I kept taking constant missteps on top of it all. In short, it sucked, and it took all my bravery and courage to diligently remember that the person I wanted to be is the one that comes from love. I get to decide who I want to be. I don't get to change anyone else, and I'm not perfect, even though I try, which I think can get me into trouble sometimes. Okay, you're probably thinking, well, what did you do? Well, I tried to remember all my tools: curiosity, meditation, using the inner balance from heart math, reframing, trying to stay calm, joking, taking breaks, setting boundaries, focusing on self-care, and reaching out and asking what they did when things got hard. And I had to keep reminding myself to use my tools. It is really easy to know what to do, during a stressful situation. And what I mean by that is it's easy to remember what I've done before or remember the tools that I should use. It's another thing to master using those tools in the moment. That takes practice. Nevertheless, let's talk about stress. You may have the same belief I used to have. Stress is bad. And if you have that belief, then it is true for you. I'm going to let you in on a little secret that when I first learned it, I thought, oh, hell no, there's no way stress can be good for me. But there was evidence, and I couldn't help but reading because of my incessant curiosity. In Kelly McGonigal's book, The Upside of Stress, she says, open quote, "You don't stress about things you don't care about, and you can't create a meaningful life without experiencing some stress. How you think about something can transform its effects on you." Isn't that interesting? Looking back at my week, the people I loved were locked in battle, and I wanted them to get along. It's stressful when the people I love argue, and I am not diminishing that. I felt it. What did it tell me about me, though? My concern for them showed me how much I love them. How did I shift, though, to find joy? I started to look at the situation as practice. I was getting a perfect environment, or you could call it a petri dish, in which to practice using my tools. Each day, I courageously got up and consciously chose to come from love. I also failed miserably, and that was okay because I gave myself a mistake budget. Adam Grant talks about that in his book Hidden Potential. And I became willing for it to be messy. I think willingness might also be a tool I use. And I consciously chose joy. When I wasn't in the stressful environment, I put the thoughts down. You see, thoughts can be like tug-of-war ropes, and when they come along, I can pick them up and go with the story, or I can let them float by. I don't have to believe them. So when I choose joy, I'm also consciously choosing which thoughts to engage with. But I had to get to a point where I understood and accepted that the brain acts as an interpreter, and it is often completely and totally wrong. I know you're probably thinking hogwash, and my experience is that this is still true. Our brains tell us stories about reality because, quite frankly, we're just not camcorders. I remember this time I interviewed someone for a podcast, and they challenged my thoughts and ideas. When I came out of the interview, I said that it was crap. Even so, we went back to edit it, and it was a fantastic interview. I just didn't like the uncomfortable feeling of having my reality challenged. Thank goodness I stayed open and we edited it so that I could find that sometimes I think things are one way, when in reality, they're another. Some of these ideas may have made you feel uncomfortable. That's fantastic. I'm super glad, because if you're still struggling with finding joy in stressful situations, maybe now you'll put on your curiosity hat and go investigate for yourself to see if what I say is also true for you. In closing, remember, my dear listeners, to comment below, share your own methods, let your wisdom show. And if you have a question, a topic in mind, DM me on Instagram. I'm here to unwind. I'm Angela, your guide in this quest to make sense of ourselves and be our best. Let's find joy in stress. Together we'll roam on this journey of self. Welcome to my home. Like, share, and comment below to let me know what topics you'd like me to explore next. Remember to subscribe to Me Making Sense of Myself for weekly doses of inspiration and self-discovery. If you have a question, send it over and I'll answer it. Let's do this together. I'm Angela, and this was me making sense of myself.